First, we will offer our dandat pranams, our pranam to all the devotees and the Supreme Lord Jagannath Baldev Subhadra and Nitai Gaurachandraji, Shri Lord Vaman Devji, and all the parampara acharyas, Shri Prabhupada. And we'll start our discussions today. Again, we'll offer the prayers also. Om Ajnantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Devotees, so we have completed the first chapter and we have last 2 days we have started with the chapter 2, that is contents of Gita summarized. In this chapter, we are seeing the total summary description of Bhagavad Gita. And this is a very important chapter as per the Bhagavad Gita is concerned. And we have very nice concepts in this chapter to learn. So don't miss any class of this chapter. It's a very, very important chapter. Therefore, it is named as Contents of Gita Summarized. So today we will see the second chapter, third verse. Okay, so Bhagavad Gita 2.3. We will recite the verse. Klaibyaṁ asmagama pārtha naitatvam upapadyate kṣudraṁ hṛdaya-daurbalyaṁ tyaktvottiṣṭha paran-tapa. So klaibyaṁ asmagama pārtha naitat tvayy upapadyate kṣudraṁ hṛdaya-daurbalyaṁ tyaktvottiṣṭha paran-tapa. Translation is, O son of Pṛthā, do not yield to this degrading impotence. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and arise, O chastiser of the enemy. So we'll try to see the discussions. We will discuss about this verse. So this verse is the second verse in the Gita, which is spoken by Lord Kṛṣṇa. First verse was 2.2, that here Kṛṣṇa is chastising Arjuna, or he is scolding Arjuna. What you are doing? What is this? How you got this? How the son of Pṛthā, the kṣatriya, the great archer, how he got such a important meaning is helpless. How he is helpless. How he is unable to decide. So what happened just before that, in the first chapter, we have seen how Arjuna got bewildered just by seeing his relatives in the battlefield. He got bewildered and he was thinking how I can fight with them. So Arjuna was attached to the, like how everyone is attached. Arjuna is just an example, and Kṛṣṇa wants to teach through Arjuna to all of us that how we are also attached to this material world, to our family, to our possessions, to our everything. So Arjuna is attached, and therefore he was feeling how I can fight, how I can give up. So Kṛṣṇa is telling now. So Kṛṣṇa started with the second word, Kutastva kasmalamidam vishame samupasthitam. Means how these impurities come upon you. Kutastva kasmalamidam. And that too at such a critical time on the battlefield, how it came. Like you were ready for the battlefield, everything is arranged now, and you are telling no, I will not fight. How these impurities came upon you? He is telling Arjuna in the 2.2 verse, Anarya justam swargam akirtikaram Arjunam. See, this is not befitting. Like this is not Arjuna who knows the value of life. So it is not at all befitting to you, and this is like it will not lead you to higher planets, but rather it will be infamous to you and your dynasty. So see, whenever Kṛṣṇa wants to inspire Arjuna, or Kṛṣṇa wants to motivate Arjuna, he will tell what? Partha. Partha means what? Like in the third verse, how it is saying, klaibyaṁ means what? It is unable to take decision. Klaibyaṁ, he is scolding very in a heavy dose he is giving. Like how klaibyaṁ you are. Klaibyaṁ means important. How important you are. How you are not able to take decision. It is not the you can't take like it is not the quality of a kṣatriya. You are a great kṣatriya. And whenever Krishna wants to inspire Arjuna, Krishna wants to give some like motivate him, he will tell Pṛthā. Pṛthā means he will take the lineage. Like how he will inspire. It's a Krishna is a very great teacher. He will tell, oh, you are from the lineage of the kṣatriyas, and how this importance come to you. So you should give it up. So do not yield this degrading importance. It does not become you. It is not you. And in a purport, Prabhupada is giving very nice purport to this shloka. We will read the purport. Arjuna was addressed as the son of Pṛthā. Pṛthā means who happened to be the sister of Krishna's father, Vasudeva. Therefore, Arjuna had a blood relationship with Krishna. So, if the son of Kṣatriya declines to fight, this is very important purport Prabhupada is given. He is a Kṣatriya in namesake only. So, and the son of Brāhmaṇa acts impiously. He is a Brāhmaṇa in namesake only. So, Prabhupada is telling that if someone is by getting birth in a Kṣatriya family, but by nature he is not a Kṣatriya, then it is just a namesake. He is a Kṣatriya just by namesake. We are seeing now. And in a Brāhmana caste also, those who take the birth in the Brāhmana family and they don't act in a Brahminical way or impiously they do the impious acts, then that is the just a Brahmana by namesake only. In a Sanskrit, it is called as Brahma Bandhu, Brahman just for namesake. It is not worthy to be son of his father as a Brahmana. So such Kshatriya and Brahmanas are unworthy sons of their fathers. Therefore, Krishna did not want Arjuna to become an unworthy son of a Kshatriya. Arjuna was the most intimate friend of Krishna, and Krishna was directly guiding him on the chariot. What anyone want? Krishna, we have seen yesterday, Krishna is a supreme personality of Godhead, Bhagwan. So how this Bhagwan feature and how Krishna is a supreme personality of Godhead, and he personally was addressing or guiding the Arjuna. And on the battlefield, Arjuna is feeling weakness. So how Krishna is so dear to intimate friend of Krishna, he was helping Arjuna. Krishna is a dear friend of Arjuna, and he is helping Arjuna by guiding him on the chariot. But in spite of all these credits Arjuna was having, if Arjuna abandoned the battle, he would committing an infamous act. Krishna is telling here clearly, Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport that if in spite of all the facilities, if we are not able to do the spiritual activity, we have so many like we can take a lesson, like we have so many devotees are working hard for us, so many devotees are taking efforts to take classes, and we are getting the facility to take association of the devotees, and if we don't take that association, then what is the use? It is just an infamous act. And therefore Krishna said that such an attitude in Arjuna did not fit his personality. So Arjuna is not such a personality. It is not fitting to Arjuna. Arjuna might argue that he would give up the battle on the grounds of his magnanimous attitude. What Arjuna was telling? Arjuna was telling, no, I can't fight because they are my relatives. Because why? Krishna was telling, why it is coming to you? Arjuna was telling, oh, this is just the feelings because they are my relatives. So Krishna was telling, oh, that only I am telling. How you are getting such feeling? It is he was telling, oh, it is just a compassion. It is feeling for my relative. No, that is the problem. It is the hṛdaya-daurbalyaṁ. Krishna was telling, it is the hṛdaya-daurbalyaṁ. It is not a feeling. It is a weakness of your heart. So Krishna was telling that it is not a feeling. It's a weakness of heart, and that you have to give it up. So give up such petty weakness of the heart and arise. Uttishṭha. Arise, Arjuna, and O chastiser of enemy. He is giving so good nice adverbs or adjectives to Arjuna, that how it is like Arjuna is telling, oh chastiser of enemy, you will not leave your enemy, and how you are getting this kind of thoughts. So Arjuna might argue that he would give up the battle on the grounds of his magnanimous attitude for the most respectable Bhīṣma and his relatives. But Krishna considered that sort of magnanimity mere weakness of heart. Such false magnanimity was not approved by any authority. Therefore, such magnanimity or so-called non-violence should be given up by persons like Arjuna under the guidance of Kṛṣṇa. So Kṛṣṇa, who is Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is directly available for Arjuna to guide. And when he is guiding, Prabhupada is telling that, yes, under the guidance of Kṛṣṇa, he is giving up the attitude of non-violence. So what is the use of non-violence against the protection of dharma? Protection of dharma is more important than the non-violence. So Kṛṣṇa wanted to have a Kṛṣṇa wanted to establish a dharmic principle, because if he gives the kingdom to Kauravas, to Duryodhana, then it will be a adharma. It is not by dharmic principle. He was impious. So just by favoring to Arjuna, not favoring he, Kṛṣṇa is neutral one, but to establish a dharma, he is helping the Arjuna. And Arjuna chose, even when we have seen in the first chapter, how Arjuna and Duryodhana, they both got the chance to select, but Arjuna selected the Kṛṣṇa. So Kṛṣṇa was there. So victory was like, it was sure that Arjuna will be victorious, but Arjuna was got this insecurity, or what we can say, like it is like a low feeling for the Arjuna. How I can do? Like sometimes we also feel like that, like how we can do this act, how we can just go beyond our such like social obligations or something. But just to have a higher principle, to means to attain a higher principle, higher goal, we have to give it up sometimes. And Kṛṣṇa is telling that only, yes, give it up. Uttishta, uttishta. We can't like sometimes we don't have we have the attachments to our family, to our possessions, but to follow the spiritual practices, sometimes we have to lower them down. Like we are so much caught up now in work life, in balancing our work family life, but sometimes we have to delete some activities. Otherwise it is like material world is gay, means it is more entangling. We will, if we perform those activities only, then we will entangle more in the material world. So we have to give it up sometimes, and we have to take the association of the devotees. That is the most important thing in the Kali Yuga, because when we take the association, then only we will get the inspiration to practice more and more attentively, to or more deeply. When we read from the Prabhupada books, when we read from the Prabhupada purports, we will get more understanding, more clarity about the spiritual life, how to practice, and then we can give up our attachment to the simple, non-important thing. So this is more important, and what is non-important, that we should understand by reading the Prabhupada books. When we read Prabhupada books, our knowledge, our intelligence gets sharpened. And daily when we read Prabhupada books, the Prabhupada words are like a sword. It will directly pierce in the heart. So when we read regularly, when we attain here regularly, then we will get the that confidence in our heart, and we will be inspired, motivated to practice devotional service. So here next we will see how Arjuna is giving now the reasons not to fight, means what are the implications, and then Arjuna gets surrender, and then Kṛṣṇa will speak the Bhagavad Gita. So Kṛṣṇa is taking the advantage, or taking the chance to speak Bhagavad Gita through Arjuna to all of us. So it is not only to the Arjuna, it is not at all to the Arjuna, because Arjuna was already victorious, but it is to all of us. So we should take it, yes, Kṛṣṇa is telling to us. So we should, how we can imbibe these qualities or these instructions of Kṛṣṇa in our day-to-day life, and we can successful on the path of spiritual life.